Hello again, welcome back to Tales from the Garden House. I have a story for you today called The Magic Wizard, and this is another story by a brother and a sister. This is by Raei, who's in year 3, and her brother Tamrat in year 5. The Magic Wizard. Once upon a time there was a girl and a boy. The boy was called George and the girl was called Sophia. They did chores around the house and saved their pocket money. George wanted a toy car and Sophia wanted a toy princess. On their way to buy their toys, they met a homeless man and they gave him all their toy money. The man was very happy and said thank you. Not many people gave him money, mostly because they wanted to spend it on toys. Suddenly the earth shook and everyone disappeared, except the homeless man and George and Sophia. The homeless man told them he was actually a wizard. George and Sophia gasped, but the wizard was not finished. He said that they must not tell anyone. He told them he had a surprise for them. He gave George a toy car and Sophia a toy princess. He told them not to press the button on the car, but didn't say why. The mayor from the next town had a camera at that exact spot, and he had a plan to capture the children so the wizard would come to him and give him powers. He set off to find them, and once he arrived at the town, he began his search. It wasn't so hard for him because he had at school a tracking device. Straight away he found them, kidnapped them and took them to his office. But just then the wizard appeared. He told the mayor not to touch the children, and then he made the mayor vanish. The children pushed the button on the car, a portal appeared and they were sucked in. Suddenly the portal closed and they found themselves in Spain, but in 1817. They knew that because they'd been researching Spain in the 1880s. The first thing they saw were women in long dresses and horses and buggies. They walked for 20 minutes and met a boy called Diego. They asked him what he was doing, and Diego said he was waiting for his friend to come and play. But instead, George and Sophia went to his house and played board games with him. Then Diego realised that George and Sophia were wearing strange clothes, so he asked them why. So George and Sophia told Diego the whole story. Diego was shocked and buzzing with questions, but the question he really wanted to ask was, what is life like in the future? They told him not to tell anyone, and Diego promised. But then he was desperate to know, so George and Sophia answered all his questions. When they finished, Diego decided to help them to get back home. He said that his dad worked in a log factory, so maybe he could help. They went to find Diego's dad and took the toy car with them. His dad just had to adjust a few parts on the car, so instead of going back in time, they would go forward in time. They pressed the button, a portal appeared, and they said goodbye to Diego. They were sucked into the portal and returned home safely. Well, I think George and Sophia were very kind children giving their money away, so they deserved all the magic and that adventure. Very good story, Raei and Tamrat. Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.